everyone, and welcome back to Scarecrow Joe's studio. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create owls using paper mache. These sculptures are labor intensive and they do take some time to create. So you can count on that. I don't know exactly how many segments will be in this tutorial. Count on at least 4, maybe 5 tutorials from start to finish. In this first segment here, we're going to concentrate on building the armature for the owl. A few things, or actually just 2 things that you're going to need outside of the normal stuff that we usually use for paper mache. There is a couple of different things that you'll want, specifically to create the eyes, and to get this shiny, nice, really cool effect on the eyes. Owls do have those big eyes. What I use is these little glass, they're cabochon, I believe they're called. But they're glass, and you can get them in different diameters, and you can also get them in different colors. You want to get the clear ones, and I would go, the diameter you're looking for would be 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter for these. You can pick them up pretty cheap on Amazon. However, you know, you get a bag of these, right? And they're not, when you buy them cheap, they're not exactly uniform in shape or in size. So, for instance, here's one, and then here's one. So, and these came into the same little bag, I think of like, I don't know, I think I got like 20 of them. And here's another example. I mean, the shapes are kind of weird and they're just not all the same size. Spend a little bit more money on them to make sure that you're getting them in the size that you want. 1 inch in diameter to 1.5 inches will serve the purpose for your eyeballs here. The other thing that you're going to need to bring out the color is not paint for the eyeballs, it's glitter, believe it or not. I don't use a whole lot of glitter in my artwork, but for the owls, in my opinion, it was a little bit essential to create that look, that really shiny, vibrant look. You can pick up glitter anywhere. Any craft store, any of your local craft and art supply stores is going to have glitter there. They will also have these things as well. And, you know, get your glitter in whatever color that you want the eye to be. This one's very bright, very vibrant. It's like a lime green. And that's what I use there. This one's not so vibrant. It's more like a amber hue. And really, I got like a whole box of these different colors here a while ago, like several years ago, and as you can see, I hardly touched any of them, but they were the same price as me getting a big thing of just one color. So I figured I'll just get a box of, you know, little ones with a bunch of different colors. You won't be needing these materials until we get deeper into the sculpting phase and we're ready to actually create our eyes and attach the eyes to the sculpture. So that'll be a little bit for that. So you don't have to worry about rushing out and right now and picking up those materials. You do have a bit of time, but get them ordered if you're going to follow along with this, or go down and pick them up at your convenience. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share with you is that there are different head styles and different body styles to making these paper mache owls. And it all depends on the shape of your armature. As you can see, this one's a little tall. Well, they're about the same size. I mean, this one's a little bit taller just because of the these areas here where it would be the ears. They're just taller. But there's different head shapes and different body shapes. So that's what I want to go over with you now. This one's kind of short and squat. This one's a little bit taller. I have templates. I use templates for lots of different things that I create. I like to draw out the shapes on pieces of paper, then I cut them out. I trace them around on the appropriate type of cardboard that I want to use for my armature, and then, you know, I cut those out. And then I keep the templates. This way, if I want to make more down the line, I don't have to sit there and think about, you know, the shapes and all these things. I just trace them out and I'm ready to go. So for you, I have many different types of shapes for the heads of the owls and a couple of different body shapes that you can use. For instance, here's the, this is the shape of the head or the template for an owl like this. So this is his head shape right here. And on here it says corrugated cardboard and ×1, which means I only need one piece of this cut out of corrugated cardboard. Here's another different shape. So again, this is a different shape of the head that you can use. And here's the third shape for the head that you can use. This is the head shape for this owl over here. I have two different body shapes. This one, this owl is more kind of squat, so he's a little bit wider. And then this one's taller and a little thinner. So body shape for this guy right here looks like this. And then the body shape for this guy over here looks like this. And then I'm going to go over some other templates that you're going to need. Now, before you say, well, what are the measurements or, you know, anything like that, I will go over that step by step. And I also have taken some photos of each one of these pages. This is just drawn on normal sized printer paper. They're very basic shapes. So what I've done is I have taken some photos and I will pause the video and I will run these photos of all of these templates consecutively. It will give you a chance to pause, look at them, and then recreate them on a piece of paper that you could cut out and then retrace on your cardboard. So don't worry about that. So getting back into the templates, here's the other one that you'll need. This is for the beak shape, the feather, and about the size of the feather that you'll need. The eye, this is the perimeter of the eyes. So, and then the eyelid, that's this part right around here. And then, well, I'm calling it a mount. And you'll need this to help create your armature so that it's nice and strong and stands up really well. Lastly, there's some other pieces here. Again, I'll go over sizes. I do realize that I didn't write the size on here, but I think you get the idea on how big they are. And you'll see again, I'll go over more in depth when we're actually creating them. So these are some other pieces that you will need to cut out for your owl, just to make them a lot more sturdy and strong, creating that armature. It also, on some of these, it does say what type of cardboard you will need to cut these pieces out in. For instance, for the beak, thin flexible cardboard, so like cardboard from a cereal box. And then these other ones that say corrugated cardboard, obviously corrugated cardboard. That's the more sturdy, strong cardboard, like in packing boxes that you get from, you know, deliveries and stuff. So that's that for these templates. Again, I'll run them across in just a second here. I do want to tell you that you're going to need a lot of hot glue sticks for this. We're going to go through quite a few, probably at least half of a package of hot glue sticks. So obviously you're also going to need a hot glue gun. You're going to need corrugated cardboard and the thin flexible cardboard, obviously. You're going to need some masking tape. Make sure that you have at least a full roll of 1 inch wide masking tape, because we will be getting in here and creating our armature and using masking tape as well. You're going to need quite a bit of newspaper. You might want to have a ruler on hand. It's always good to have a ruler. And then a marker. You're going to need a marker. And you'll also need a pair of scissors and a blade of some sort, like a utility knife. I think that's pretty much it. I always tend to forget something, but anyway, we'll get into all of these things, how to put them together, the sizes. Just so you know, these are roughly about from the base here, and I am going to show you how to create that base out of corrugated cardboard. You don't need anything special for it. But from the bottom of the stand to the top of the head, or the top of, the ears here, it's approximately 12 inches. This one's a little shorter, so it's about 11 inches. This one's about 12 inches. And then they're about 8 to 9, 10 inches wide, depending on what body shape that you've chosen for your owl. So all of these templates are created in the size and the proportion to make an owl of this size. So obviously, if you want to create an owl that is larger or smaller, you're going to scale these proportions and these templates. Scale them up if you want them bigger. Scale them down if you want them smaller. So it's not that complicated. It just sounds like it is. I promise you, once we get into it, it'll all fall into place. It is time consuming and it is labor intensive, but the end result is pretty cool, I think. So on that note, here's those templates for you, and you can slow it down, pause, and create your own templates, draw them out. If you have questions about any of the templates or the designs, drop them in the comments section. That covers the templates and the tools and materials that you will need to follow along and create your own owl from paper mache. I'm very excited. I hope you are too. Gather up your tools and your materials. Look at those templates, draw them out, cut them out, and I'm going to be uploading the very first segment on actually getting into and building the armatures very soon, probably within the next couple of days. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.